It is Tuesday, January 5th, 2021, and this is the Early Edge powered by SportsLine, the only daily sports betting podcast that is in your feed before 11 a.m., and we do it all in 10 minutes or less. Our leader, the clock, starts right now. Hello, Darth. I am the coach, and it's all about hoops, NBA, college. We're coming off 2 straight winning days, 4-2-1 on Monday. It means we're starting to get into a groove. So we're going 3 wide for the second day in a row. Let's bring in my cappers. And they are the very best in the business. Right below me, look at him. He can't wait to fire. Timmy Doyle from Chicago. Timmy, good morning.
Coach, I'd rather bet and lose than not bet at all.
In the bottom right-hand corner. Again, yesterday I told you he's a savage. He's not happy this morning. That means he's ready. Mr. B, Mike Barner, good morning.
Good morning. I am very mad at the Pelicans for that debacle of an ending last night. I can't talk about it anymore.
He simply could not sleep. Thank you, New Orleans. Thank you, Stan Van Gundy. And in the top right, you know him. He's the maestro, Larry Hartstein. And Larry, I got to tell you, Drake.
As we say, I mean, just keep playing them until it doesn't cash. And that was supposed to be a bounce back for the Salukis, and instead it was a blowout. So let's just keep going.
Let's go. All right, first game on the board. We're starting with Mr. Timmy Doyle there in Chicago. We're going to Portland, a 10:35 Eastern tip. The Trailblazers coming off that Steph Curry 62-point explosion against them, according to William Hill, Timmy. They're giving 10 against Chicago, the total at 234. Give it to me.
Larry, I wish we would have spoke because I called that Southern Illinois Drake game. And if you had Drake, that was easy money, like you said. In this spot, I like the Bulls because they're playing with a little more confidence, a little more swag. The old Purdue coach, Gene Cady, told me this. It's not who you play, it's when you play them. The Bulls have won 3 of 4. They just beat Dallas. I know Doncic didn't play, but they're starting to come together. They're starting to figure out their rotations. They're not going to win this game. Everybody knows that. But 10 points with the unpredictable Trailblazers, here's what needs to happen in this game. McCollum and Lillard both have to have 30. That's what the Trailblazers need in this spot. Can it happen? Maybe. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, it could happen, but their defense has been atrocious on certain games this year. Okay, our second game on the board. We're going to stay in the NBA for Mr. B. The Jazz giving 4 at the Nets. How about this number? The total 228.5. Explain this to me, Mr. B.
Yeah, the big difference here is no Kevin Durant for the Nets. It's their depth is being tested early on in the season. No Durant, no Dinwiddie. They've lost 4 of 5. They haven't looked very good since their monster couple performances out of the gate. A big thing for the Jazz is Mike Conley Jr. is finally healthy. And when he's healthy, that's a big difference maker on the team. He's averaging just over 20 points and 5 assists a game. So I do like the Jazz to cover this one.
I agree with Mike on the Jazz, and it's not really about Durant. It's about the Nets defense. They're not playing any defense. 120 points per game over the last 5. Kyrie might take 30 shots today. He's 26 of 68 over his last 3 games. So, yeah, I'm on Utah as well.
Yeah, all 3 guys are. Timmy also likes the Jazz tonight. By the way, the Nets are 0-5 against the spread after starting the season 2-0. Against the spread. Okay, next game on the board, or next prop, I should say, on the board. We love props at the Early Edge. Timmy, we're going to start with you. What do you like tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Denver and Minnesota. Nikola Jokic, the Joker, has played 6 games this year. He's had 4 triple-doubles. He's averaging a triple-double, Coach. He's averaging nearly 13 dimes a game. How about this value right now with the Joker? He has another triple-double tonight. He's starting to build his case for... Dare I say it?
Stop.
MVP? Can I say Joker for MVP? Great value tonight. I say triple-double for Jokic.
I got to stop. Mr. B, I know you're going to go. Wait a second. 2 weeks ago, you said Luka was going to win the MVP.
I sometimes get those guys confused. Doncic, Jokic, it's kind of similar names and stuff.
All right, Mr. B, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll stay in that same game for my favorite player prop. I'll take Jamal Murray over 22.5 points. These 2 teams just played on Sunday. Murray torched them for 36 points. The big key here is Michael Porter Jr. is not playing again. The last 2 games with him out, Murray has scored at least 31 points and taken at least 20 shots both times. The Timberwolves are a bad defensive team, so I like Murray over 22.5 points.
I'm going to go back to that Bulls-Portland game and go under 19.5 points for Kobe White. He's coming off a great game, 23 points, and that's why I think this number is inflated. If you look at his season, 5 of 7 times he's gone under. He's only shooting 37%, so I'm going under.
Remember, when you're talking about props in the NBA, it's all about finding the right number. And like Timmy said, in the right situation against the right team. And if you're not a SportsLine member, what are you waiting for? Go sign up for an account right now. Use the promo code EDGE, and you're going to get 30 days for free. You get all of these cappers, all of our great cappers, and also, maybe even more importantly, you get access to all the simulation models at the SportsLine app that have absolutely been killing it. And that is incredible value. All right, let's go to the college basketball board now. Davidson and Duquesne, -1 for Duquesne. That's the total is 135.5. Timmy, what do you like in this one?
Coach, I'm so happy you said that right. I've worked with sportscasters. I'm not going to name names. Dave Ross, he called it Duquesne runs. Duquesne? I mean, geez Louise. Have you ever broadcasted before? It actually wasn't Dave, but I just wanted to make fun of him anyway, okay? I like Duquesne in this spot. I mean Duquesne, and here's why. I've broadcasted Davidson games for the last 5 years. Bob McKillop, their head coach, was my next-door neighbor the first 9 years of my life. He coached my older brother in high school, so I know his style of play extremely well. Duquesne, they punch you in the mouth. Davidson, they have a lot of guys that have 3-car garages at home. The physicality of Duquesne in this spot is going to overwhelm Davidson, take them out of their offensive rhythm. Love Keith Dambrot's squad. A lot of people don't know this. Keith Dambrot, head coach of Duquesne, was LeBron James's high school coach. Duquesne's actually sponsored by LeBron. Love them. Hammer this game, okay? The more you bet, Coach, the more you win.
I love how you make fun of somebody else and then you make up the word broadcasted. Anyway, let's go to the next game on the board in college. Iowa State and Texas. Texas giving 12. They just blew out Kansas. The total at 139. Maestro, it's up to you.
Yeah, Coach, there's no edge here based on 3-car garages or any other house design. But I do love this spot because Texas is in the ultimate letdown spot after that monster win over Kansas. And you look at Iowa State, 3 conference losses by an average of 8 points. They led Baylor in the second half. I think they stay competitive and stay within the number. And I'll give you a bonus play. I like the Missouri Tigers, number 10 in net rating against Mississippi State that just blew that game to Kentucky. They had a late 9-point lead. They lost in double overtime. Mizzou got the wake-up call against Tennessee, got blown out, and then they responded with a huge easy win at Arkansas, and they're only laying 2. I think they basically just have to win the game. It's a nice spread for the Tigers.
We're also doing a futures bet for you today in the next Drake game. Whoever they're playing, they're covering the spread. I'm just messing. I'm just messing. All right, it is that time of the day. Timmy, pay attention. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. It's time to recap our picks today. All right, all 3 of our cappers, like Utah tonight, -4, no Kevin Durant for the Nets. In our props, also, Timmy likes the Bulls plus the 10 against the Blazers as well. In our props, Mr. B likes Jamal Murray over 22.5 points. Tim, the Joker, triple-double. That's plus money, by the way, plus 155. And Larry is on Kobe White under the 19.5 total points. In college, Tim likes the Dukes, sponsored by LeBron James and Nike, giving 1. That's a 7 Eastern tip. And the Maestro is on Iowa State to stay within the number, plus 12, and an added pick right before the show started. Mizzou, -2 for the Maestro. All right, that's going to do it. You have your marching orders for Timmy Doyle, who's getting ready to go back to high school, and Mr. B, and the Maestro, Larry Hartstein, and, of course, Jacob the Jeweler, who puts this diamond together. I'm your host, the Coach. Remember, let's take them all straight to the pay window. And remember, this is the only place for your daily early edge.